The first thing is that when you're speaking to someone, one of the things which is very interesting is that most people don't actually expect you to speak so much, right? What do I mean by that? I mean that a lot of the time people are actually prefer that they speak and you listen, okay? Most people are like that. And that actually makes your life a lot easier. Like a lot of people who don't like speaking so much, if they learn to listen well, that can be enough, and people can feel like you're even better at communication than people that can speak well. So
Yes.
what I'm saying is that if you listen really well to people, they will say, and I've had this, I just listen to people, and when I'm listening to them, they'll just be like, oh bro, you're such a good communicator. And I'm thinking this is crazy because I'm not even you haven't even given me a chance to communicate, but yet you feel like I'm a good communicator because you feel like I listened to you and you feel like you were heard, right? So what I want to say is that in terms of like you inspiring people, you kind of like giving and all that kind of stuff, I think the first thing I would do is I would actually work on my listening skills. And when I talk about listening skills, apart from making sure that you're not making judgments and all these kind of things, the main thing I would say is that when someone says something, you need to acknowledge it, right? You need to acknowledge it. Now, of course, there's like non-verbal ways of acknowledging it. Like you're speaking and I'm nodding my head. That's acknowledging that you're saying something and I'm agreeing with it, right? But also there's that whole acknowledgement. If someone says, I'm really tired today, it's been a hectic day, and you could say to them, so you're saying that it's been a really hectic day and you're really tired. Yeah. So then they kind of hear it, right? So I think one thing is listening. Second thing is acknowledging and making sure that you're acknowledging what they say, because as you acknowledge what they say, they will feel like they're being heard. And then the next level I think is questions. I think it's about then asking them questions about themselves, because like imagine you said hi to someone randomly at a bus stop, right? Hi, how are you? How's your day? And they're like, my day's good. Imagine you just went quiet, you didn't say anything. Like that would kill the conversation. They would think you're weird, right? But if they said, oh, the day is really nice, and you're like, oh, I'm glad you had a good day, right? So you acknowledge what they say, and then you kind of question them, then you ask questions. So what I'm saying is that after acknowledging, you want to ask questions. So that's another way of keeping that conversation alive and keeping it going. Then the next level I think up in communicating is actually sharing your relevant experiences. And I found like stories are really good, and stories like about yourself or about situations you've been through or something like that, right? So I think sharing your stuff, but you want to make sure that it's relevant to what they're saying, and you want to connect it to what they're saying, because when you connect your stuff to their stuff, it creates connection. And when they feel connected, then the relationship is good and it's strong and everything, right? So if someone says, I just spent 3 weeks in France, right, and it was really nice and I really enjoyed it and this and that, you could say, wow, so you spent 3 weeks in France and you enjoyed it. What was your favorite part about it? Right? So now you've acknowledged, you've questioned, and then they've gone, yeah, what I really liked was the Eiffel Tower, and I really wanted to go up there, but it was so packed downstairs. Okay? And you're like, oh, you know what? It was exactly the same for me when I visited the Eiffel Tower. It was really packed, but we actually made reservations and we made it up to the top. Now, if you go to the top, you'll see the view is actually amazing. So now you're sharing something that's relevant to them because they didn't get to go to the top, right? So these are some of the things I would say. And then the last thing I would say is that I would just have that intention to try and help people, right? That's what I do in my mind. So when I speak to people, I'm kind of thinking about how can I add value? How can I help this person? How can I grow this person? How can I develop this person? And I think having a clear intention like that I'm going to help this person, I think that really helps you to focus in on what to say. Because sometimes there's so much going on in your head that you just forget. Like, you just forget exactly what to say, or you're not sure what to pick. But if you have an intention in mind that, look, I really want to help this person, I really want to do good for this person, or I want to do this or that, then that can start to kind of really focus in on what you should be saying. So to summarize, what I'm saying is, if you want to kind of go have better conversations and spark that kind of thing, for me, I'm saying make sure that your listening is much better in terms of not bringing your own judgment. I'm also saying that make sure that you acknowledge the things that they're saying, either verbally by saying it or by body language. And then the third thing I'm saying is that questioning, so that you understand their world deeper, so that they see that you're taking an interest in them, and then sharing your relevant experiences so that they feel that connection between what you're saying, what they're saying, and you feel connected. And then, like I said, having that intention that what do I want from meeting this person? I want to help them with this, or I want to grow them, or I want to move them closer to Allah, or I want to give them dawah. Like having an intention for the conversation, that will help to guide you as well, inshallah.